Gliss is MiMU's free phone app that turns your phone into a gestural controller for music when connected to Glover. In this video, I show you how to set it up so you'll be making music with movement in no time. Gliss detects the movement of the sensors in your phone and different kinds of on-screen interactions that you can then use as inputs in Glover. So then you can make mappings, for example, that make an upwards motion, add reverb to your voice, or you can press a button to loop it. You can get Gliss for free in the App Store. If you haven't downloaded it yet, you can find the link in the description of this video. There are two things that you have to do to connect Gliss to Glover. The first thing is that you have to make sure that both your computer and your phone are on the same Wi-Fi network. So here on my computer, if I go to my Wi-Fi, you can see I'm connected to MiMU wireless. I have to make sure that on my phone, I'm connected to the same. So I go to settings, and then I'm in my Wi-Fi settings, which you can find at the top, almost at the top of your phone settings. And then I'm connected to MiMU wireless as well. The second step is that you have to make sure that both Glover is open on your computer and Gliss is open on your phone. Then, to add a Gliss device, you click this plus button at the devices pane, click Gliss, and then the connection will be automatically established. And you can immediately see movement data come in. Now, if you have to take a phone call or do something else on your phone and Gliss is closed, this connection will be broken. But as soon as you open Gliss again, it will be reestablished and you can continue musicking. When you click on the Gliss device in Glover, it will open the inspector at the bottom here. The inspector lets you inspect different movements of the phone coming into Glover, and you can check whether everything is working correctly and also get some feedback about what these movements actually are. This is the orientation panel. Here you can see the different movements from Gliss come into Glover, and these are always sent from Gliss, whatever page you are on. So what are the different movements? This is the roll movement. This is the pitch movement. So it's kind of down, up. And what's important, that it's not about being lower or higher, but it's about this angle from the top of the phone. And then the yaw is from left to right. The middle is, what forward is automatically set at the moment that you open Gliss. But you can also press this button to reset forwards, or you can use a mapping output mapping. The next panel is the drum hits panel. So there's different kind of peaks that we can measure in the movement of the phone. So you have drum hit side like this with the screen to the left, and you have drum hit side with the screen to the right. And then you have drum hit flat, which is when you're holding your phone like this, flat with the screen up. And then there is flicks. So they're kind of quick movements like along the roll orientation. So you have a flick to the right and a flick to the left. Now is maybe a good time to have a deeper look at the pages of Gliss, because we've hit on the pads here and they are represented on their own page, the pads page. From the home page, you can navigate to all the different pages, and each page offers a different type of on-screen interaction. Let's start with the pads page. On the pads page, you can see the orientation visualized. So basically you see the same sliders as the ones that we have in Glover here. But as I said, the orientation is always active, so you can use orientation whichever page you are on. For the rest on the pads page, we have pads. 9 pretty straightforward pads that you can use as inputs in Glover. The next page is the gestures page. This page is really cool because it lets you train postures that you make with your fingers on the screen. I am going to make a short separate tutorial on this, so if you need more help training your postures, please check that out. The next page is the sliders page. Also pretty straightforward. You can use these sliders to map to any parameter you like. The next page is the buttons page. And the buttons page was really designed for you to use your phone with a pop socket, which is this round thing. The idea is that you don't really look at your screen, and the buttons are this big, so you could easily interact with them while you're maybe making a bit of more dramatic movement while you're performing, and you can still have some control. The only thing is that you'll see, if you are on this page, roll flips out a little bit in Glover. Yaw is still the same, and pitch is still the same, but roll is a bit funky. But there is a solution to this. You just have to go to your settings page in Gliss. So you go back to your home page and then settings page, and then toggle on this screen down mode, and that will adjust roll like you will want to use it when you're on the buttons page. All of these movements, buttons and sliders can be used as inputs in Glover. You can see the inputs here in the device inputs pane. If you'd have more devices, you'd see a list of all your available devices. Now we only have Gliss, so you click Gliss. Then you see the device input groups. So we have orientation, drum hits, pads, postures, etc. To use these inputs, you just drag one of them onto your scene, and then you immediately start seeing the movement, the pitch movement come in. So at the moment it's measuring the full movement from 0 when I have my the top of my phone all the way down to 1 when I have my phone all the way up. But maybe you'd want it to only start sending this data from the moment that the phone is flat. So if basically you want to have it at 0 when the phone is on the table. So what you do is hold your phone in that position, and then you click set min, and now that's 0. So now the signal only starts from when you move it from when it's flat. So up. Now if you want to control something like reverb, like what I did at the beginning of this video, what you have to do is to connect your mapping input to a mapping output. So we click the O for a mapping output, then add a MIDI output. And as I still have my reverb mapped in Ableton Live for the beginning of this video, I can just type in the CC number that I was using for the wetness of that reverb, and then connect the mapping input to the mapping output. And now when I move my phone up, there's reverb added. So if you want to know more about mapping, then you can watch our longer tutorial on mappings, and the link will be in the description of this video.